the question here from Willie that they have 50% of renters and owners are not giving information to tenants. And this is a challenge I definitely identify with, because I run some corporations that are 100% rented out. So essentially we have the owners and we have the residents. We've doubled the population. And here on condo control, you can actually add renters in. There are ways of adding them in where they still get that information. It requires a little more work because you have to have the email address of those renters. But I've typically found that, especially when you have longer term renters, when you have renters who are actually interested in that community life, you can get that information. And also a condo corporation has a duty to collect the information of renters anyways. So you should have a form that you send out to every new owner or to every renter that gets filled in, and that way you can actually add them into condo control and they get that information.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we'll continue with our questions. The next one, and on that topic, another question that CSMs get a lot is, how do we deal with outdated databases? So I guess, we'll start it with Mark.
I think it's consistent with some of the other earlier answers. Just you just need to focus and be dedicated to the fact that this is going to be your sole source of information. Again, I've been living it live, the frustration I mentioned earlier, but unless you get everyone to agree that this is going to be your primary database and that everything else will launch from there, you end up with multiple pieces of information in multiple locations, and they're guaranteed to get out of sync. It's not a condo control issue or even a condo issue. It's a classic IT systems problem, or even old paper. If you have it in two places, it's going to get out of sync. You just have to be dedicated to it. One of the things that I think condo control, like many systems, makes it easy to do is the fact that you can run reports and then extract them to Excel and to other formats that allow you to still maintain it as your central information, but distribute it to others in other ways when they have a need to do that.
What we've typically done is when a new owner announces themselves that they own this unit, we send them a form, once a pre-authorized debit form, so we can deduct their common element fees monthly. And the second form we send them is an owner information sheet. Who are you, what's your name, etc. And we immediately send them a link to condo control to create their new profile. We exit the old user, the old owner, and we send them a link to create a new profile there. So adding it into that system. But another thing that we've done here is that we've actually passed some rules, and not necessarily bylaws, but more rules and policies in our corporations that say online is the only way that we transmit information, or you are required to use our online platform of choice for communication. And that way, when an owner comes to you and says, "Oh, I didn't get this," and we say, "Oh, you're unsubscribed from Condo Control Central. That's our primary tool of communicating with you. Please make sure that's there." Or they say, "We didn't get a message." We say, "What's your email?" We check if they have the right email. They say, "I changed my email." And we explain to them it's your responsibility to keep your email up to date. And once you've done that a few times in your community, it actually starts spreading a little bit to make sure so all owners know. It's like you can't unsubscribe from a US government or Canadian government letters. No, you can't unsubscribe from them. You must read them when they come to you. So same kind of thing is what we try to push for with condo control.